Hi everyone, this is Ben from Train Yourself Fit, just bringing you a quick video today with some quick stretches to get rid of sciatic pain in a hurry. Doctors say that this condition will likely take about 4 to 6 weeks to go away on its own, but if you've ever had a condition, you know you don't want it that long, and many of these stretches will actually help you get rid of it within sort of a few days if you do them frequently enough. Certainly I've had success like that with these stretches before, and I've given them to others and they've experienced similar success rates. So just wanted to bring you the stretches and help as many people as I can to get rid of this horrible condition, which is quite literally a pain in the butt, as you know, if you've ever had it. I'll give a lot more detail about exercise performance and also what causes the problem in my blog post this week, which can be accessed via the link in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. In the meantime though, let's get on with the stretches. Alright, so first things first, depending on your flexibility, at least one of these stretches should work for you, preferably more. But if you can, try to do sort of all of them at least once within each of the sessions that you do, and try to do those sessions about 2 to 3 times a day. Alright, so first stretch we're going to go for is conducted from an L-sit. This one isn't ideal for everyone due to flexibility, though I will show an easier version at the end of the video done on a chair called flossing. But for those that can do this, go into a long sit, place your feet importantly against something like a wall, a door, to keep your feet at least upright, or if you can even pull your toes back a little bit, that's going to work even better because the nerve attaches to the bottom of your foot, so that's basically stretching it from where it starts at your hip, right between the length of your leg down to the bottom of your foot. So for this stretch then, what you're looking to do is actually to tilt the hips forward so that you're lengthening that nerve down the length of the leg. For those that aren't as flexible and already if you've got sciatica, you might be feeling that tingling sort of sensation in your hip just by being in this position. So for those, I would say definitely put your hands behind you to relieve some of the pressure, and then to put more onto it, you want to roll the hips forward, and you do that just by arching your back and looking up at the ceiling. On all of these, I would say if you think of a 1 to 10 scale, don't ever go above an 8 in terms of the discomfort you're causing yourself. Remembering we want to make it better, not worse, and if you go above that, you're likely going to be agitating it and just prolonging the problem. So like I say, hands behind you. For those that aren't particularly flexible, you can put your hands further back, and you know if you're not flexible enough because your knees are likely to come up. So to counter that, just gently contract your quads, and that's going to press your legs down into the floor. So hands behind, arch your back looking up at the ceiling, and hold this for 60 seconds, breathing comfortably the whole time, remembering never to go above a discomfort level of about an 8 on the 10 scale. With regards to your sciatic discomfort there. For those that are more comfortable and that doesn't feel like it's sort of really doing enough of a job to have any effect, just put your hands on the back of your head like you would for a sit-up, keeping your back straight. Just lean forwards as far as your flexibility will allow, or indeed the discomfort in the hip will allow you to go. Remembering again never to go above an 8 there, and again ideally keeping your head back slightly to look up at the ceiling, so you keep that nice arch or at least a straight back, and just breathe naturally, holding this for 60 seconds. Alright, so that's stretch number 1. Stretch number 2, these now are going to be for people that aren't quite so flexible, so they're going to be able to be used by all. This one's called a figure 4 because you're kind of describing a 4 shape with your legs. Lie down on the floor, nice and relaxed, back on the floor. Again, stay close to the wall, the door, whatever it is you're using, and put the unaffected leg, put that foot up onto the wall so that this leg's at 90 degrees. Then pulling the affected leg across, you want to place your ankle onto the knee of your raised leg, and just simply push the knee of that raised leg forward so you're feeling a stretch in your hip area. That's going to stretch the muscle there. and help relieve the problem. Again, hold it for 60 seconds, breathing throughout, remembering not to go above the 8 on the pain threshold there. Okay, so that's the first stretch for the less flexible. Next one, because sciatica can often cause discomfort in the lower sacral region of your back as well, what you want to look to do is to try and counter that with this stretch here, which all you got to do is hold one leg out straight. Again, keep your back as straight as possible. Step the foot of the affected leg, the side with the sciatica, across so it's on the outside of the knee like this. Then all you're going to do is twist in the direction of your knee that's raised, sort of cradling your knee inside your elbow. And then as you turn to look over your shoulder, you're actually going to be looking to pull this knee across in the opposite direction, so over the direction opposite to where you're looking. And again, hold this as it's comfortable with regards to the sciatic pain you're feeling in the hip there. Hold it from anywhere to 30 to 60 seconds. And that's really going to help to stretch the hip there, but it will also relieve some of the discomfort that might be irradiated across into your back area there. Next stretch, also one for less flexible people, and this is actually the most gentle stretch, so the one that if you've got a really bad case of sciatica you should go to first. For this one, keeping your hips nice and square, side that's affected by the sciatica, put that leg forwards. And what you're looking to do is to place your knee pointing straight ahead with a 90-degree bend, keeping that knee down flat to the floor, with the back leg 90 degrees out from your in the opposite direction, with the foot sitting back. Keep your hips nice and square. If you think of 12 o'clock being ahead, you're going to want to put your hands down at 12, leaning forwards, keeping your back arched and looking up the whole time, but walk the hands across to about a 2 o'clock position, and then walk them as far forward as you can bear the stretch in the hip there, remembering never to go above an 8 in terms of the pain threshold. Just hold that again, breathing naturally, with nice straight back, shoulders all squared off, again for about 60 seconds. Show you that from the other side. Okay, so you're sort of getting this funny, almost like an S setup, keeping everything straight, 12 o'clock, hands down, walk them across, keeping the back nice and extended and the shoulders all squared off. Okay, and so again, 60 seconds, about 2 to 3 times a day, in coordination with all the other stretches if you can. Finally, the last exercise, this is called flossing. Suited for anyone of any flexibility levels. It's actually done from on a chair, and it can be used to alleviate the pain from sciatica throughout the day, anywhere that you are, such as at work, so long as you can sit down somewhere with your feet flat on the floor. So if you just get a chair, suitably something with a hard surface, so you can put your weight down best. Don't really want to be sinking into a cushion like on a sofa, though that can work as well. Whichever side's affected, I'll demonstrate for the right side, is going to be the leg you lift. Just like the version with the long sit on the floor, you're going to be raising your leg up, but this time with no wall, you're actually going to have to pull your toes back towards you. Keeping your back nice and straight, holding on to the bottom of the chair if you need to for support. Lift the leg up, and at the same time as doing that, remembering to pull your toes towards you, you're going to look up at the ceiling to extend your back, or at least keep your back straight like so. Hold this position for 5 seconds at the top, looking at the ceiling, then drop the leg back down for 5 seconds, and repeat that for repetitions. So 5 seconds held at the top, pulling the toes back, drop again, and should mention you're going to drop your chin down to tuck onto your chest, and again you're holding that tuck position for 5 seconds so that you're really turning the nerve off. Then as you raise it up and look up, you're turning that nerve on again, so you're basically pulling the nerve back and forth, which is why this exercise is also called flossing, a bit like flossing your teeth. So that's all the exercises. Hopefully they help get rid of your sciatica nice and quickly, and be sure to check out the blog post for any further details. Thanks for watching.